Thank you, Brian. I'll save this. Thanks so much. I'm just following the COVID-19 protocols and everything else to make sure that everybody stays safe. Hey, it's really great to be here. Ron, thanks so much for putting this on. James, as always, superb organization. I really appreciated it. Great to see all the ingredients for success all in the same room talking about the same issue, which is really, it's hard to do. You know, you think about it. We heard from Congresswoman Stefanik, who was reflecting on what's been done at the federal level. And here I am, I'm newly elected. I'm very proud to represent Fulton County as part of the 118th Assembly District at the state level. And Jonathan's here representing Senator Tedesco, who couldn't be with us tonight. But there's also the county government is here, the supervisors that sit as the board, and then the mayors of the two cities, which it's tremendous because we know when it all comes together, economic development is civics 101. It's being able to work together in a way that's beneficial to all, for the public benefit is how government can help in this situation, because it's small businesses that are the economic engine of New York State. Plain and simple. There's more small businesses that employ more people in New York State than any other corporation, organization, including government. It's small businesses that make things happen, and that's just as true here in Gloversville and Johnstown. It's great to be here in the Twin City Forum. I don't know if you know this, but I used to be, when I was back in high school, a radio announcer on WENT. I'd be on Saturday nights because that's when nobody else wanted to work. But I wanted to work because I thought it was pretty cool. Because I'm Bob Smallens, I'm here on WENT 1340 AM radio, bringing you the information for the Twin Cities in the Tri-County area. And then I'd go into the news. It was great. You know, I was 17 years old. I was hooked on serving my community back in high school. And here I am now. I'm like I said, I'm proud after 24 years in the Marines, going away and serving our country, to be back here, to be the public servant for everybody to try to make things happen. So let me give you some of my thoughts here, which are really important in a couple ways. First of all, economic development is not a zero-sum game. It's not, if you give it to this group doesn't benefit. So it's about all of us, not us versus them. And that's why I mentioned the comments about this forum, having all the right people in the room, the mayors, the board of supervisors, our county planner, who knows how to make sewer, water, and electrical and transportation networks work together so they're conducive for businesses to open, whether they're large or small. Because, again, another part of economic development, it's not about a silver bullet. It's about silver BBs. And they're scattered throughout the county. And they're what forms the pillars of our economy in this 21st century. The days of leather tanneries dominating the economy in Gloversville and Johnstown are long gone. We've turned the page on that. We have a variety of pillars in which it rests. And some of them are still there. There's an international aerospace leather firm. There's a firm that does leather, but they're not the lion's share of the economy like they used to be. It's much more diverse than it's ever been. It includes agriculture businesses that process dairy products. It includes manufacturing, such as TaylorMade, which has been here for over 100 years. You know, we were talking about infrastructure. TaylorMade is kind of part of the infrastructure of our community. Sewers wear out after 120 years. TaylorMade's still going strong. That's impressive, and that's important. But still, as I said, the lion's share of businesses are small businesses, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. Okay, so from the state level, a couple comments. The CFA round is in jeopardy this year. I think everybody knows that. I think that there is not going to be a magic pot of money from New York State to compete for, to be able to deliver some sort of unifying infrastructure add-on to what we want to do. So it's up to us. It's up to us to continue doing what we're doing, because there's a $12 billion budget deficit in New York State right now. $175 billion budget, $100 billion of which is discretionary. Right now, as everybody knows, school districts are being pinched, municipalities are being pinched. There's all sorts of decrements to spending at the state level. Nonprofits that provide social services to some of our most vulnerable citizens, they haven't had their money dispersed yet. And I've brought all these things all up at the state level, including whether it's movie theaters and bowling. We need to open our economy up in a safe, efficient, effective manner based on science and what our rate is and our risks are, not on one size fits all that mostly applies to New York City. Because here's what I want the economy to be. Here's what the economy must be. It must be V-shaped. So economies, we closed our economy down and our economy went down rapidly. You all know this. You know you laid off people, and now when it goes back up by the other side, we want it to be V-shaped. We want it to go back up just as sharply as it went down. And that's where good public policy comes in, and where our programs that we've had that at least talked about unemployment insurance. I tell you, I had 2,000 people call my office because their unemployment insurance claims were delayed, denied, disrupted, unprocessed. And it's been a lot of hard work to try to get people, what they pay into on the unemployment insurance, what the federal government provided on the pandemic unemployment assistance, to get people down through this V and back up the other side. And I think we're getting there, although there are some pockets of some issues that are still out there that are dangerous. Because what we don't want to have is a U-shaped recovery. Okay, remember 2008. We've been here before. 2008, remember the recovery? It went down, it was bad. Unemployment stayed down, and then it took a long time for it to recover back up. And you see that in sales tax receipts. I have been pleasantly surprised at sales tax receipts. Some are down. I just went to the Gloversville Common Council meeting. I just went to the Johnstown Common Council meeting to hear what the municipalities are saying. But sales tax receipts are not down as badly as some economists would have thought they would have been in this pandemic sort of thing. So I'm optimistic that if we're careful about our public policy decisions, we have more of a V-shaped recovery, because all sectors of the economy are different. Small businesses particularly can bounce back quickly, but in a U-shaped recovery, unfortunately, some of them can wither and die, and that's what we do not want to have. We were at the lowest level in February, lowest level of unemployment, structural unemployment that we had been in for decades, sort of things. And we need to get back as quickly as we can, so people that are able to work are able to do that. Okay, some things that are out there that I think are really important for this forum is that, how do I say this and be really polite about it, is I think I'm optimistic. I want to see what it's going to be like in the future, sort of thing. I think that some of our policies favored Walmart, which is a downtown in a box store. You think of all the different departments in Walmart are just like a downtown used to be in a box store, but let's concentrate on those things which people need. Okay, people need food. Everybody's got to eat. People need their haircut, right? You can't buy that on Amazon. People need hardware because it's in the store. People need flowers. People need all the things that make our lives rich and worth living in a great, small town in upstate New York. Because I'm telling you, I've lived in 7 states around the country. We've got it great in upstate New York. We've got great communities. We've got great people. We've got great schools. We've got great opportunities. Let's capitalize on them. Let's see what it's going to be like in Fulton County. Not what it used to be, but what it's going to be like in the future in a great place like Fulton County. That's my message and my enthusiasm for it. So silver BBs, not silver bullets, and then let's really bounce back as quickly as we can and get things going as quickly as we can by being safe and effective. And I'm optimistic about a vaccine being able to lend some power to getting people back to work. And I'm really enthusiastic about everything that's going on in Gloversville and Johnstown, but also in the greater upstate region, in Fulton County, in the 5 counties that I represent. I'm always happy to help. I know most of you, I think, but if anybody needs any help, Frank Malagisi is here. Okay, call Frank, and he'll have me on it as quickly as I can possibly get there to be able to help out, sort of thing. All right? I've got the office in Johnstown. Thank you, Mayor Jackson, for the satellite office. I'm very, very proud and very, very pleased, and I really look forward to questions. So this was a town hall forum. Absolutely appreciate it. I'd never run for office before, and I thought, you know, I really want to get to know everybody in 5 counties all around the biggest assembly district in New York State. And I soon realized I drove 45,000 miles last year. I drove a set of tires right off my car, getting around seeing people. I realized I couldn't do what I wanted to do, which was hold town halls. But thank you, Ron, for holding a town hall. And I go to municipal meetings to find out what's going on around all the municipalities, because my dad, who'd been the supervisor for the town of Johnstown, and I know all about water and infrastructure in the cities, and I've got the whole history. I just called my dad. Dad, what happened in 1986 about the water agreement between, you know, X, Y, or Z? And he can tell me exactly how it went down, sort of thing. But what he told me, and this is the wisdom, is go to the town halls in the community, and you'll figure out everything that's on people's minds, sort of thing. So that's why I'm here, is to listen and and I'll stay as long as anybody needs me to, or answer any questions in a public forum for this. So again, thank you so much for having me. Great job organizing, James. And I think that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. We'll sanitize the microphone.